Hi there, welcome back to my channel and welcome if you are new. Thank you for tuning in. So for today, in this video, I will be talking about chocolates in perfumes or perfumes with chocolate notes. So I love the scent of chocolate, especially during winter. Chocolate is one of my favorite gourmand scents. I just find them so comforting during those colder days. So for this video, I am sharing with you perfumes that has chocolate notes, whether it's dark or milk chocolate as well as cocoa. So we all know that chocolate comes from cocoa, right? So I will consider that one as well. So I have here 6 different perfumes with chocolate and cocoa notes in there. So different types of scent, different types of chocolate. Some of them I love, some of them not that much, but we are going to talk about each of them. First is Tom Ford's Black Orchid. So Black Orchid has dark chocolate in it. So dark chocolate often has less sweeter or bitter, mostly bitter type of chocolate. They don't have sugar, don't have milk, just like any other chocolate in it. Plus their texture is quite different. I find them more, they're not creamy or smooth. They're a little bit chalky. So just as what I expected it to be, that's what I get from Tom Ford's Black Orchid as well. It's bitter. It isn't that sweet chocolatey scent. I don't find it delicious. In fact, it's quite earthy. Also almost same smell as a dirt or the ground after the rain. That's what I could smell from Black Orchid. It is indeed a dark scent. It is opposite of a happy scent to me. We have heard people say like chocolate makes us happy. They have a scientific like explanation to why eating chocolate makes us happy. But this chocolate in Black Orchid is not something that is like a happy or delightful scent to me. It is a dark scent. Actually, this perfume would remind me of a gloomy, wet, or just rain or just after the rain type of scent or vibe. Although I like it, it's not something that I enjoy wearing, but I like to smell it, especially during that day. I find it comforting. It also gives me a vintage vibe. It reminds me of like an antique store. It's a cold perfume, but not cool like fresh, not something cold. Remind me of a cold cement, something like an old abandoned church, something like that. Perhaps the incense, the smokiness of the incense in here, that also kind of reminds me of a church, like an old church or something, temple. This is kind of a unique, complex scent. So if you want like a chocolate scent, but not those sweets, gourmand type, you want something unique, you want to add some complexity in it, then you might want to try Tom Ford's Black Orchid. So next is Angel by Vera Mugler. So Angel, I did had a sample on that, but I remember not liking it that much. It also has a dark chocolate in there. It almost has same vibe of Black Orchid. It's not that they are the same. They are totally not the same scent, but they have the same bitterness, same complexity. It's also such a complicated scent. Although I prefer Black Orchid than Angels. It's too complex for me, hard to wear. Just the scent is not for me. And also it's more of the patchouli in there. I'm not a fan of patchouli, or there are fragrances with patchouli that I adore, but this one is not for me. It's more of patchouli. I don't get much of the chocolate in here. Although I was expecting much of this perfume, because aside from dark chocolate, it has caramel, it has vanilla, it has tonka beans. Those are my favorite gourmand notes. But unfortunately, I don't get any caramel, any vanilla in there. Though it's sweet, but it's something different. It's a little bit earthy to me as well. Perhaps it's the patchouli. Next is Vera Wang's Princess. This one as well has dark chocolate, but I would say from the previous 2 perfumes that I've mentioned, this is the one that is more wearable to me. It's tolerable, good for everyday perfume. So aside from the dark chocolate, it also has guava in it, which makes me intrigued as well. How does the guava and chocolate combine? But unfortunately, I don't get the guava in here. Although the opening, I get some fruity notes in there. It's a little citrusy, a little strong. But once it gets into your skin, it quickly turns into skin scent. It's very light, such a feminine scent. I do get the dark chocolate in here, but it isn't as bitter. It isn't earthy like Tom Ford's Black Orchid or Angel. It's light, it's a little sweet. It's a bittersweet perfume. I actually like it. I'm getting a chocolate scent in here, but it isn't that sweet, creamy chocolate. It also not that bitter. I think it's such very light, just small percentage of chocolate scent I'm getting here. But I find this one such comforting scent as well. I like it. I enjoy wearing it. Such a feminine, youthful scent. So next is Britney Spears Fantasy. So Fantasy now has white chocolate this time. So I expect this to be something sweet, milky, delicious, creamy chocolate. Aside from that, it also has some fruity notes of kiwi, lychee, both my favorite fruit. And it also has cupcake. So this is gonna be such jam-pack of sweetness. But unfortunately, I don't get that milky chocolate in here. Instead, it's more of a fruity, sweet kind of scent. It's indeed really sweet. It's really, really sweet. Sometimes I feel like it's too sweet for my liking. Such a sweet, fruity scent. I'm getting the kiwi in here, not the lychee. Like, I could imagine that ripe or overripe kiwi. The cupcake in here as well, I'm getting it. I could imagine it a cupcake with that white frosting plus a kiwi fruit and the toppings. That's how I could imagine this scent is. I'm not getting any milk chocolate from here. This is a love and hate fragrance. Sometimes I enjoy smelling or wearing this one. Sometimes I find this one too cloying or too sweet. Next is Montals Chocolate Grade. This one is by far the best chocolate scent ever that I have tried. Although this one has to grow on me. The first time I got this, I like this one already. I blind bought this one and I'm lucky that I end up loving it. At first, I like it, but not love. The reason is because the opening. The opening is this one is get citrus, like orange, like an orange chocolate scent with like a wafer vibe on it, like a smell of a wafer or cereal. I don't like the scent of a wafer. Cereal as well. A lot of people compare this to a Cocoa Pop cereal, which I agree. I'm not so happy with that scent. It's not the kind of chocolate scent that I'm expecting. Plus the coffee in here. There's a coffee in the notes as well, but I'm not so impressed with the coffee in here. I think that's also another thing that adds up in the opening that I did not like. Just a few months back, I ended up loving this perfume because every time I open my drawer where I store all my perfume, there is such a heavenly sweet chocolate scent, creamy, just how I like the chocolate will be. That scent that would greet me every time I open the drawer, and I can't point out which perfume gives that smell. This one, I did not thought of this because as I've mentioned, the kind of scent that I got this one is just a wafer chocolate scent. So I did not expect it to be this. So I keep looking and sniffing until such time I found out that it's this one. You just have to wait for the dry down of this perfume. Even just from the bottle, I could smell it. This is such a delicious, so delicious, creamy. I could imagine a melted milk chocolate on this one. Not the white chocolate, but that milk chocolate, the brown chocolate, like a Cadbury, something like that. I like my chocolate melted. Whenever I eat my bar of chocolate, I melt it a little, and I just like how buttery, creamy it is, and this is just how it smells like. You just have to give this perfume a chance and then just wait for that opening to subside, and then you will get that yummy chocolate scent. Plus the longevity on this one, it lasts so long. It lasts to me the next day. So you won't worry of getting the nice scent on the dry down, because some perfume have such good scent on the dry down, but it won't last anymore because they are already in the dry down. They almost like disappear already. But this one, the dry down lasts. You can still enjoy the dry down for a long time. Plus Sillage on me is so strong. As I've mentioned, it fills up the room whenever I spray this. Even my drawer, it beats all the perfumes that's in there. This is all that I could smell. This is such a comforting scent. Really perfect for winter. Because I remember that time that I come to appreciate this one, it was winter as well. If you are looking for that kind of chocolate scent that is delicious, creamy, buttery, almost that chocolate that you're gonna eat, delicious chocolate that you eat, then you must have to try this one. Just get past with the opening, unless if you like the opening, because maybe it's just me who didn't like it. But if you would like the opening, then much better. Especially during winter, I noticed the colder the weather, the better this gets. It smells divine. So next is Brownie by Demeter. So it sounds delicious. Even the notes sounds delicious. It has Mexican chocolate, cocoa, it has sugar, wheat, vanilla as well, I can remember, and hazelnut as well. I love hazelnut, but unfortunately it isn't as delicious as I expected it to be. Although it really is true to its name, brownie. It really smells like brownie, like a brownie that just come out from the oven. This sweet pastry, brownie, sweet and a little salty. Something I could imagine when I bake something like a chocolate cake, a brownie, or things like that. And I will add a little bit of salt in it just to balance the sweetness. That's what I get in this perfume. Although this one, as much as I'm impressed as how they got the literal brownie scent, but not something that I would like to wear or to smell on myself. It would literally smell like a walking brownie in this. Perhaps just smell this one, spray this in the kitchen or somewhere, because it smells quite homey. It smells really like brownie that just got out from the oven. So last but not the least is Imari's Corset by Avon. So this one is one of my favorite Imari flanker. So this one has cocoa in this, and this one I feel is quite different from other Imari that I have smelled. This one I'm definitely getting the cocoa in here, but it doesn't smell or feels gourmand to me. It is more of like a dusty type of scent, dusty rose, dusty, like a cocoa powder. So there is rum, perhaps that's explained why I'm getting a bit like an alcohol scent in here, and raspberry rose, but I'm not getting much rose in here. It's more of like a raspberry, but it isn't your fresh fruity raspberry kind of scent. I feel like it's kind of a mature kind of scent. It has that powdery kind of scent, like almost like a powdery rose or a jammy rose, I would say. It actually smells nice. It's quite different from the original Imari. Still, I find it a little powdery, especially in the dry down, but it's not floral powdery scent like the original one. It's more of like a cocoa powder. So that's it for different types of chocolates in each of these perfumes. So obviously, my favorite is Montals Chocolate Greedy. I don't have enough words to describe how I love the chocolate in here. So let me know down in the comment below, what are your favorite chocolate perfumes? So that's all for this video. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to click like if you do like the video, and if you do, click the subscribe button as well.